Everybody's getting pregnant on Ozempic, but is it dangerous? Well, it depends on one thing. I'm Tim Syed, MD, board-certified plastic surgeon, and here's my take. In animal studies, there was a higher rate of birth defects. There's no evidence that this happens in humans. Here's how to think about it. If you have diabetes, you may still be able to take the medication. Diabetics have a higher risk of birth defects in general, but this study showed that there was no higher rate in diabetics taking GLP-1 drugs. If you do have an unplanned pregnancy while on these drugs, don't stress, but do put the needle down. There's no point in risking it.
All right, so a lot of you have heard of Ozempic babies. So what's that all about? Well, there's a couple of aspects that's happening right now. A lot of ladies are getting pregnant while being on medications like Ozempic or Mounjaro. So number one, when you're taking these shots to lose weight, it does slow down your stomach and slow down sometimes the absorption of sugar and medication. So one of the first things that a lot of people need to know about is making sure that as you're taking birth control pills and things like that, that some of the birth control pills may not be maximally absorbed. You may want to make sure you're talking with your doctor about things such as a depot shot or an IUD or a second form of protection. Number two, when you start losing weight, that also puts your body into a great way to get pregnant. Some of the problems that when people have a hard time with getting pregnant are because of some of the effects of having too much sugar or too much hormone in their body. So now as people are starting to lose weight, their bodies are now starting to become balanced because their blood sugars are coming down, their hormones are now regulated. It just gives them the perfect ability to now get pregnant.
Be careful, everyone's getting pregnant with Ozempic babies. Numerous clients are reporting pregnancies while on GLP-1s and GIP therapies. So why is this happening now? It's happening for a few reasons. One that you'd expect, and one that kind of came out of nowhere. We've all heard time and time again how GLP-1s is a gastric emptying delayed drug, keeping food in your stomach longer, helping the absorption with insulin and glucose to your system. But also with that gastric emptying delayed drug comes the ineffectiveness or the effect of the absorption rate or the absorption issues with other drugs and food, considering like Tylenol or other over-the-counter medications, as well as oral contraceptives. Did you know that during your screening for your GLP-1 therapies that you should have been asked if there was a risk of becoming pregnant, getting pregnant, or even breastfeeding? Well, there's many studies coming out showing the effectiveness or the ineffectiveness with these oral contraceptives with GLP-1 therapy. So by reduced absorption with the gastric emptying delayed drug, this shows the ineffectiveness of an oral contraceptive. So make sure you have a backup plan if you are on this medication. The other reason you might not expect, it really isn't about an infertility issue. It's about insulin resistance, cortisol, PCOS, and morbid obesity. These clients begin their GLP-1 therapies, lose weight, feel balanced, and understand that it's just more about not only the weight loss, but the hormonal imbalance. When you're dealing with that A1C control and that starts declining, then you start decreasing or depleting that cortisol and increasing your chance of becoming pregnant. Did you yourself become pregnant while using GLP-1 therapy? Or have any other family members or friends become pregnant? Please comment below. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Be careful. Everybody's getting pregnant on Ozempic now. So why is this happening? It's actually for two reasons. One you might expect, one you might not expect. First, the one you might expect. One of the ways that Ozempic and all the GLP-1 receptor agonists help you lose weight is through delayed gastric emptying, meaning food moves more slowly from your stomach to your intestines. You feel more full, you eat less, you lose weight. That delayed gastric emptying can also lead to decreased absorption of medications like Tylenol or, more importantly, oral contraceptive pills. So reduced absorption, less effectiveness for the oral contraceptive pill, so you want to make sure you have a backup method. The other reason people are having Ozempic babies is one you might not expect. It's not because their birth control is failing, it's because they were infertile before, so they were not taking birth control because they didn't think they could get pregnant. Then they started Ozempic, they lost all this weight, and all of a sudden they're getting pregnant because they're not having protected sex because they just thought they could never get pregnant. But the truth is their infertility was due to obesity. Once they treated their obesity, they got pregnant. Did you have an Ozempic baby? Let us know in the comments. Be careful. Everybody's getting pregnant on Ozempic now. So why is this happening? It's actually for two reasons.
Just want to talk to you really quick about Ozempic babies. They are popping up everywhere because I think everyone is on a GLP-1 right now. So I always tell my patients, if you are pregnant, trying to get pregnant, or you're breastfeeding, I'm not putting you on it. There's not enough evidence to say that this is safe. It actually can be harmful to the fetus. So why is everyone getting pregnant on it? So a few reasons why people are getting pregnant is because of the obvious weight loss. Whenever you lose weight, you are increasing your fertility, balancing your hormones, increasing your estrogen levels, and also this medication delays gastric emptying. So anything oral, like an oral contraceptive, may not be as effective. And of course, the level of insulin resistance goes down when you're on this medication. But another thing that you may not realize is if your partner, if they are male and they're taking a GLP-1, this actually affects their sperm. Well, I should say it can affect their sperm. So they have been doing some trials, in vitro trials, and it is showing that GLP-1s are increasing the motility of these little swimmers, and so it's making males more fertile. So apparently GLP-1s are helping the sperm because it's working on the Sertoli cells that produce the sperm production. Long story short, if you're not trying to get pregnant, you need to be on 2 forms of birth control. And if you're not on a GLP-1 but your partner is and they're male, you still need to be on birth control if you don't want to get pregnant.
I'm pregnant at 41 with an Ozempic baby. Actually, a Manjaro baby. Are you? Put it in the comments. This is happening to a lot of people. First of all, people who have fought with infertility forever are able to get pregnant. Some people are. I dealt with PCOS infertility for a decade. Also, providers, doctors are not warning their patients that if you are on a GLP-1, that your hormonal birth control, your oral hormonal birth control is not going to be as effective, and you are going to be more fertile on top of that, and that has resulted in a lot of Ozempic babies. That's the term the news likes anyway. I know several, but I'd love to meet all of you. Comment here.
I just want to talk about this Ozempic baby thing for a minute because it's pretty nuts, and a lot of people know I wasn't exactly on Ozempic, but I was on semaglutide or whatever the hell it is. And so let's talk about it. I look rough. I'm literally like 9 months pregnant right now. And I can't breathe. So bear with me. I was on semaglutide for probably about 6 months. And I lost about 75 pounds, which, wonderful, great. I didn't expect that this was ever going to happen because I had an ablation. So that's where they literally burn the lining of your uterus. So you're not really supposed to be able to have children after this. I mean, it happens sometimes, but yeah, so I'm literally the definition of someone who's having an Ozempic baby because that was never, ever supposed to happen. So yeah, here I am.
So turns out I'm having an Ozempic baby. I thought I was like infertile, or what's the word? Like we can't have kids because like it took us, when we got together, it took us like maybe 4 years just to have our first child. And then our son is now 6 years old and never had any contraception, nothing, never had babies. We just assumed we couldn't. Then I get on this new medicine, Ozempic, and I get pregnant. I don't expect to get pregnant. And so now I'm going to be due in September, ironically September 20th, and that's like our anniversary date, like when we first started dating when we were like 18. So I'm like, it's like, I was like, it was meant to be, so I like decided to keep the pregnancy, like to go through with it. And then now I'm just like in my second trimester, and then I'm like thinking, like I'm thinking about like the labor and everything, and then I'm gonna be alone because my mom died she's not gonna be here. Like I was in labor for like 48 hours with my son, and my mom stayed with me my whole night. And then I just realized I'm gonna be alone. Like, yeah, I'll have the dad and everything, but like, I just realized I'm not gonna have my mom. Like, I'm so bad right now. I'm so fucking bad.
Oh, you guys never ordered from there either. I'm thirsty. Fuck. What's the matter? Want some orange juice? No. Hurry up before it comes back. Hurry up, Cameron Street. I'm feeling sick. Fuck, man. Never again. I'll drill some more. Oh my god. It's all Ricky's fault. Oh. Use the gas. Use the gas. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. And again. Keep going. There you go. Keep going. Breathe it in. Breathe it in.
Hello, you guys. Have you guys ever do you guys remember the craze that was going on earlier this year when like the celebrities took over the Ozempic from the diabetics and the diabetics couldn't get it because they were buying it up and then the prices skyrocketed? Okay, y'all remember, right? You guys, why are people having Ozempic babies? Yo, crazy. I did not know that you can have a baby on uh, Ozempic. Ozempic can make you extra fertile. If you're taking birth control, it can like absorb the birth control because it slows down the food in your digestive tract so you won't feel as hungry. Oh my God, you guys. Are they going to use this for people who think that they're infertile and can't have babies, and this will Ozempic will become this miracle drug, but it's meant for people with diabetes? Yo, Ozempic is making crazy money. I see why Ozempic is raising their prices and probably doing the most, reformulating the drug to make other things, right? Picking out the stuff. Wow. Wow, you guys. A lot of people had Ozempic babies this year, and going into next year, a lot of people wasn't expecting to get pregnant off of Ozempic. You guys, I went down a rabbit hole. I saw this title called Ozempic for Kids, and I was like, I want to do a video on this because you know what, that piques my interest, and I wanted to share my view on that. And the next video slid over and was like, Ozempic babies. I said, escúchame? Ozempic babies? Y'all, a lot of people are saying they're pregnant. A lot. Have you guys seen the doctors in the beginning? They're saying all these people are getting pregnant off of Ozempic. Why is everybody using Ozempic? To lose this weight? Man, yo, Ozempic is probably gonna become a cure for something in a minute, you guys. If it can help you lower your diabetes, it could make you lose weight, it can give you a Ozempic face. It can make you fertile. It can get you pregnant. Listen, uh, Ozempic is just going to be this whole thing. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if Ozempic can cure cancer. You guys, I wouldn't be surprised. This is this just blew my mind. Literally blew my mind. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please let me know if you have an Ozempic baby and you were taking Ozempic. Were you shocked that you got pregnant? Did you think you were infertile and couldn't get pregnant? Child, let me know if you take Ozempic just to lose the weight. Have a great have a great night, YouTube.